Hi, Mr. Brooks.
Drive safely. There's a bunch of idiots out there. Some guy in a gray car with no lights went through that intersection by Johnson's Sporting Goods doing highway speeds.
Oh my goodness.
Stupid.
Stupid, stupid. Have a good day, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Kelly. All right, Mr. Kelly, you need to. Just sent connection information to Mr. Kelly. It's connected before, so I don't know why. Oh, he's connected. I'm gonna grab my tea.
Man, did you get a copy of all the corrections?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Mr. Kelly, can you hear me now?
I can, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to dial in.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Eric Kelly. We have three files, 23-21210FH, 23-21211FH, and 23-21212FH. I have Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Kelly, and I have Mr. Moore, who prepared the pre-sentence report. Jeff, if you want to call from Mr. McCarver, by the time they get it down here, we should be good to go. All right, Mr. Murphy, this is a date and time set for sentencing in this matter. Have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Kelly?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kelly, have you had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report?
I have, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss the pre-sentence report with your attorney?
I have.
Are you satisfied with your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murphy, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor. We had previously challenged, and Mr. Moore had amended. The new amended pre-sentence investigation report is accurate.
Okay. Does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
No, Your Honor.
He has 8 prior felonies and 8 prior misdemeanors. The probation department, on the guidelines here, has computed the minimum sentencing guidelines. Those were changed too, weren't they, Mr.?
Correct.
Yeah, there should be 10 to 23, I believe, as well.
Yep, I see it here. Okay. Have been, yep, and it accurately reflects 10 to 23 months. Do you agree with that computation of guidelines?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Record should reflect that I received a letter from Darren Coast, pretrial services coordinator. And he states that he has Mr. Kelly on a twice-a-week drug testing program as part of his bond conditions. And thus far, he has been an ideal client. He does not miss, and he has consistently tested clean or negative. So I just wanted you to have that information. So, Mr. Murphy, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client before the court passes sentence?
Your Honor, just briefly, looking over the pre-sentence investigation report, we agree with the information in there. We believe the recommendation is appropriate in this matter. Mr. Kelly is definitely in a position in his life where probation is something that would be beneficial for him. He has been, as Mr. Coates indicated, he has been testing regularly and performing well on that. Mr. Kelly, he wants to move forward with his life as a grandfather and continue to do well, on the path he's at right now. And so we're asking the court to adopt the recommendation.
Mr. Kelly, anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
No, Your Honor. I just want to inform you that I did take care of my warrant in Jackson, and I contacted Hillsdale so far.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right. In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been set upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. It's a sentence of the court on file number 23-21210FH that you will be placed on probation for a period of 2 years. You will serve 77 days in Lenawee County Jail. We'll give you credit for 77 days. You will be ordered to pay $1,259.97 in restitution, $750 in court costs, $450 attorney fee, $130 crime victim rights fee, $68 in state costs, and a $60 DNA fee. On file number 23-21211FH, it's a sentence of the court that you'll be placed on probation for a period of 2 years. You will serve 77 days in jail with credit for 77 days. We'll pay a $75 crime victim rights fee and $50 in state costs. On file number 23-21212FH, be placed on probation for a period of 2 years. You'll serve 77 days in Lenawee County Jail with credit for 77 days. We'll pay a $75 crime victim rights fee and $50 in state costs. Mr. Moore, I would ask that you figure out a monthly amount that must be paid. And Mr. Kelly, you will be required to make that monthly payment. Do you understand?
I do, ma'am.
In addition, there's a $30 per month supervision fee. And if you feel the need that you have to be on a tether, it will be $60 a month. During the term of your probation, you are not to consume or possess any alcohol or controlled substances. That includes marijuana because it is a drug charge. You must comply with all drug testing. You must complete any outpatient or residential substance abuse treatment if required to, an assessment if you're required to, not to use or possess a weapon or use an object as a weapon, submit to search and seizure of all your person and property. Mr. Moore, not
Yes.
to drive a motor vehicle.
If did I put in there if without my permission? Let me look real quick.
Yeah, you did.
So that's just as long as he is showing me that he's legal.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and if you're not legal, you're not supposed to drive. Do you understand that, Mr. Kelly?
I do, ma'am.
All right, now, Mr. Kelly, you do have the right to appeal this sentence. We're going to mail to you at your address. You'll receive an envelope from me, and in that envelope will be a self-addressed stamped envelope back to me, along with 3 copies of your notice of right for appellate review on each one of your files. So there'll be 3 sets with 3 copies. My staff will mark 1 copy for each file that you just initial and date. Fold those up, put them back in the envelope, addressed back to me, and send it back to me. The other 2 copies for each of these files is for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail them to the address listed on the form within 42 days. Do you have any questions, Mr. Kelly?
I don't, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Kelly, we have, a lot of resources available to help people. How old are you?
61.
You getting tired of this?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you need help, you reach out to Mr. Moore. We have a lot of resources to help people, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I
Mr.
address
Moore?
him? May I address him? Mr. Kelly, Tuesday, are you available to see me at 2 p.m.?
I am, sir.
Okay, we'll go over everything then, sign your probation order.
I'll bring proof of my insurance and everything with my
Okay.
driver's license stuff with me too.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Kelly.
you.
All right,
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Thank you, Your Honor. Everyone have a good day.
you too.
You too. All right, Mr. McCarver?
Yes.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Matthew Lewis McCarver. And this is file number 2023-21320FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. McCarver. Ms. Walsh is the probation agent who completed the report, but Ms. Underwood, you and I actually spoke with her earlier, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so Mr. McCarver, did you have an opportunity this morning to read through this report with Ms. Underwood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss, are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood as your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Underwood, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in this report?
On the first page, Your Honor, under personal history,
Yes, ma'am.
where it says psychiatric history, no. I think it's apparent, both
Yes.
from Mr. McCarver's history and from what's later in the probation violation report, that should be yes.
Yeah, I will change that to yes, not a problem.
Your Honor, I have some concerns this morning. And Mr. McCarver's forensic examination on competency wasn't done that long ago. And now what we're talking about, and Mr. Carver is aware of it, is a possible probate action in this case, or in Mr. McCarver's situation. I'm wondering why, under those circumstances, we shouldn't be scrapping this entire thing and just allowing the probate court to take its course, because I'm not sure we can have any confidence that Mr. McCarver's plea was competent or
Well, Miss Underwood, I'm showing that on March 30th, you had filed an order for a competency exam, correct?
correct.
And then I'm showing that on March 30th, we had a finding and order on competency. So let's see.
And I understand
Let
that.
me look. So then I'm showing that on April 5th, he entered a plea. So, based on the paperwork in my file, I'm seeing that he did enter a plea at a time that he was deemed competent. I can't scrap a file. I don't have the authority to do that.
And I understand.
I can I can only say that, you know, the file in this case and the recommendation has been changed to allow that.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to put my concerns on the record.
And I understand your concerns. I don't have the authority to dismiss a file,
Thank you.
you know, but I also am fully aware of
Thank
Mr.
you.
McCarver and his needs.
And Mr. McCarver and I will say this morning, have had a very calm discussion. Mr. McCarver has never acted in any way that I would deem inappropriate. When he is sentenced today, I wish him only the best of luck and hope that he receives the proper treatment.
So did you wish to explain or challenge anything else in the?
Nothing else.
Okay, and did the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known
It
constitutional?
does not.
Okay, and the probation department calculated his minimum sentencing guidelines to be 12 to 24 months. Did you agree with that computation?
We believe that.
Okay, and did you explain to Mr. McCarver that even though there was this recommendation, there was an agreement that he could be released to treatment?
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of Mr. McCarver?
Just that I believe Mr. McCarver has spent a great deal of time incarcerated, Your Honor. I hope the services that he receives allow him to, at some point, be released and live a hopeful, successful life. As to this, Your Honor, Mr. McCarver understands what he did was wrong. And I think Mr. McCarver, perhaps worst enemy is himself. I think that's the person he really wants to hold.
Mr. McCarver, how are you doing today?
All right.
Okay, so do you understand the proceedings that have happened this morning?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any other questions for your attorney?
No,
Do you have any questions for me?
no.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the court?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I'm glad that Mr. Vallejo was not seriously injured. I apologize for that action. It was a grave mistake.
Thank you. In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been set upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. So, Mr. McCarver, what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to order that you serve 1 year in the Lenawee County Jail with credit for 269 days, but I will commute the balance of your sentence so that you can go get treatment. So as soon as a bed's available or we can find a place for you to go for your own welfare, I'll commute the rest of your sentence, all right? So, because I'm much more interested in then you getting treatment than you sitting in jail. I do find that he's indigent. I'm not going to assess $68 in the state cost or $130 crime victim's fee. So, Mr. McCarver, we have here a notice of right to appellate review.
Yes.
So my bailiff's going to give you 1 page to initial and date. Just acknowledge you received the paperwork, okay? Then the other copies are for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail them to the address listed on the form within 42 days, all right? All right, Mr. McCarver, I do wish the best of luck. All right,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. That concludes our docket.
Thank you.